Hey, boobs. Okay, so tonight, after my niece's swimming lessons, uh, went out to eat, and my sister joined, and she was talking about like when she went on these retreats and like how they did like drum, what was it, they did something, there was music playing, and they had to do the type of stuff, right? Or no, it was the breathing. That's what it was breathing. And I said when she was doing the breathing, and she said that everything around her like disappeared, and she was seeing her child self, her running around. And I said, oh, healing your inner child. And she goes, no, it's not that. And so then she kept talking, and I was like, oh yeah, Dre, that activates your pineal gland, your DMT. She goes, no, that's not all it does. Anyways, then she's talking some more, and I don't know how we got into the conversation, but she basically was saying what I believe is wrong, and we didn't come here to ascend and all of that. And then I said, no, we came here to have, and she said same time as me, human experience. To experience a human experience. And then I said, but not all souls here did come from that. Yes, souls, we came here to have a human experience, but not all souls here did that. And she goes something about, no, that's not right, or something like that. And I said, yes, 3. I'm a life path 9 completion. I completed all that. I had the family. I had the work. I was wealthy. I completed all that. My goal this time is to help everyone else to go to the next level and help the family heal, because they've all been trapped in a lower vibration. And she goes, where do you get your stuff? And I'm like, Dre, it's just things I've always known, and I've talked about it with people. Just not you guys, because you guys would judge me, call me crazy. And she goes, okay, well, how do you know all this? And I said, like I said, it's just something I've always known. She goes, well, where are you learning this? And I said, well, some of it I already known. Some of it I've learned from like TikTok. Some of them from spiritual teachers. Some of them from shamans. And she's like, well, that's not right. And I said, yes, Dre, you're a life path 3. And she goes, oh, now you're projecting on me. And I said, no, that's to do with neurology and astrology. And she goes, those are 2 different things. I said, no, it all connects. Neurology, and she goes, so, and she said, well, neurology is more than just, she said something about, neurology is more about the letters than something else. And I said, no, it's had to do with the matrix and numbers. And she goes, well, what do you think the matrix is? And I said, Dre, it's a simulation. It's made out of codes. She goes, what do you mean by codes? And I said, by codes. Like, our minds are literally computers. We created this simulation. We created this matrix. And then she was talking a little bit more, and then she's like, I'm trying not to shut down, and then we got distracted, and it totally just went off the conversation. And then on the way home, Mom brought it up, and I was like, yeah, Mom, I saw it. I just kind of let it go. I was like, whatever. Because, like, you can't with my sister. You can't. And it's one of those things that I've had to learn to, because then she even brought up that I was really close to her fiance's grandma, and they all thought the grandma was crazy, and like her belief systems and stuff like that. And my sister believes a lot of the same stuff as her, so like she's going down the path. And then one thing I didn't like though was on the way home, Mom was talking about how she said, Dree is a Wicca and you're spiritual or something like that. I don't remember what the exact words. And I said, technically, Mom, we're all Wiccas. All females are Wiccas. And she goes, I'm not a witch. And I said, yes, it's even in the Bible, Mom. She goes, no, I'm not a witch. I don't do bad things. I said, Mom, that has nothing to do with being a witch. It's about the power in us women, the strength that we have, the things that we can do. We are energy. We have power. We can create things. We can. Mom, I didn't go this far deep in her, but like literally, like the womb, we literally create life. Like I did say though, like Cleopatra was even a Wicca. Shiva is a Wicca, and then she just kind of dropped the conversation as well. But I just realized though with my sister that I'm kind of what I thought is where she was as well in this spiritual path stuff, sisterhood stuff. She is still at lower vibration, lower frequency still. Just a higher lower frequency. That's kind of what I realized, because like the fact that she doesn't know anything about, because I said, Dree, it's adding your birth date up, like, and then it's to do with your zodiacs, and like it's all planned and blah blah blah, and like she just not on that level yet, I guess. I don't know. And then when I said, yeah, and I'm the shaman of the family, she's like, you're not a shaman. Like, I am. I'm a soul that did not come here to experience a human experience, because I did all that already. I am a soul where I'm bringing you all to the new earth, like getting you ready for new earth. And that was something else she talked about was, I can't remember the exact words, but like the fact that she still believes that you have to have a job and didn't know anything about codes and didn't know that type of breathing activates your pineal gland and the DMT in the pineal gland, and that's why you start to like hallucinate. Like that's why you have psychedelic stuff happen to you, like shrooms and all that does that to you as well. Like I don't know, I guess I forget that, like, I don't know, there's times where I'm shocked on the stuff my sister does not know, because she puts off that she's like this really, really smart, responsible woman. Like, but then when she, like, some of the stuff she talks about, and then I try to talk to her with it, it's always like, no, you're right, I'm wrong, like, Jess, you don't know anything, like, because she's still set on the old me that's crazy, but she obviously doesn't see, like, the stuff that I used to do is what she's doing now. Like, obviously that's not connecting, but, like, yeah, and she obviously doesn't know about, because I said to her, have you guys connected to your other beings of you, your other dimensions of you? And she didn't know what I was talking about. And I was like, you're like your extraterrestrial you, your shaman you, like, she just was like, no, that's, like, I don't believe, that's wrong, like, what, like, I don't know. It's just very interesting to me, like, I just got a text. It's just very interesting to me that, like, she isn't on that level when she puts off that she's on that level. She puts off that she's higher. And, excuse me, I farted. She puts off that she's higher, but like I said, now I'm realizing that she's not higher. She's higher in, like, oh, I remember how it started out, because she said that everybody is now in the 5D, no one's in the 3D anymore. And I was like, yes, there's people still in the 3D. And she's like, no, nobody's in 3D anymore unless they want to be. And I said, no, there's people that are still, like, full sleep, Dre. Like, they are fully in 3D still. And not everyone's in the 5D. There's people still in the 4D, you know? And then when I like, pointed, like, jokingly, like, yeah. And she goes, no, he's not. And I was like, in my head, I was like, obviously, you haven't heard things he says. Because he's still, yeah. But now that I think about it, he's the same level as Dree. Which makes sense. He's just not comfortable with the Wicca part, like, you know, like doing spells and all of that. Or, like, understanding that that stuff's okay. He's not at that level yet. My mom, she is so against that. Thinks it's all evil, but it's not. It's about the intentions. And she just hasn't learned that part yet. But she's definitely in the 3D and 4D. Same as Andy, 3D, 4D. But yeah, a lot of people there's still a lot of people in the 3D. So no, not everybody, no. And, like, talking about, like, that's the old earth we're leaving behind, and okay. But yet, you don't believe in extraterrestrials or that you ever were one or anything like that. And I did bring up too, I was like, have you been into the Caustic Records yet? She didn't even know what that was, which shocked me, because she definitely, I don't want to say she's a witch, but she's in that Coven witch phase, I guess you could call it, of awakening. But yeah, I was just shocked to hear some of those things that she said, and that she, like, I don't know, I just feel like it's knowledge, especially someone that does shrooms and stuff. Like, I feel like it would be knowledge of you knowing what's going on. Like, you're just taking them and you don't know how it works. You don't know how the brain works and pineal gland works, and like that's the same thing as when we die. That's why when we die, you're breathing that same way, you know, as you slowly, like, fade away. It's because you're getting so much energy bottled up to the pineal gland, and then it explodes and it releases DMT, and the DMT is when you are able to tap into other dimensions and other timelines and you know, all of that. And so I don't know, I just kind of thought maybe that was, I don't want to say common sense, but just kind of like common knowledge. Like, that's not something where did you learn that type of thing? That's just, you just know. It just, I don't know. I just feel like that's just a hard one to be like, where did you learn that? Like, it's common knowledge. Like, do you not know how the pineal gland works? Do you not, like, how do you go from doing retreats and stuff and, like, playing the drums and learning about your spirit animal and stuff, but you don't know how that all ends up actually working? Like, I don't know. I mean, my cousin Katie even, like, knows a lot of this that I'm talking about. So, like, that makes me even more like, oh, Katie really is older than my sister. Like, Katie really is, like, just a little bit behind me. Like, honestly, really is. It makes me realize it even more, like, how much more people aren't common aware of, like, common knowledge. Like, it's just, I don't know how you don't know. Because, like, how do you start even, like, the whole spiritual path without knowing that? Like, how do you, it's energy. Like, how do you not, if you know your energy, then how did you not, like, don't you know how energy works? Like, bolts of lightning? Just like the brain, bolts of lightning? Like, I don't know, just, that kind of shocks me. But like I said, I just kind of realized that she is still behind on stuff. Like, I was gonna say, you're a 33, but I stopped myself after when she didn't even know about Life Path 3. Like, that's not projecting anything. That has to do with your birth. That's just, you can't change that. And you planned that before you came here. Again, if you know about us being, coming here to have a spiritual, to have a human experience, again, that's just knowledge that you should know. Or does she not actually know that we came here to have a human experience, but she was told this? So she actually hasn't, like, connected it as something to know. It's more of something that she has been told, taught, I guess you could say. I don't know, but this is really, 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 really interesting. That's all I gotta say is, yeah, this might be, like, one of my shortest videos ever. Oh, whoa, crazy. Ah, that's nuts. I'm just kidding. But, yeah, I don't really know what else what I gotta say. Oh, I got something. So I got a letter today in the mail. Not good news, by the way. So the Mayo Clinic got back with a letter, and they said that at this time they're so full that they can't fit me in for a schedule. So I'm not going to the Mayo Clinic anytime soon now. I couldn't have gone 3 years ago because my mom, you know, her stuff. So I guess we're going to be waiting off even more. And who knows? I mean, technically I've been waiting since I was 12 years old. So, like, but I don't know what to do now because, yeah, I guess I'm just going to keep dealing with the same stuff I've always dealt with. And if something happens, well, not my problem. I did all my steps. I contacted the Mayo Clinic after they got that referral, and they said they were going to schedule me, and then they sent a letter saying they can't schedule me. So if the stuff gets worse, well, I mean, it's been this way since I was 12, so I mean, I don't know how much worse it could get. But because I was gonna bring up to them that maybe I have the hypermobility thing. Like, I was gonna bring that up to them because, like, everyone I have talked to about it, has been like, yeah, you could have that actually. Yeah, that would make a lot. Yeah, it fits with everything. So, the elders. Oh, and the other thing is too, is everybody I've asked about that, they've known what I'm talking about, and I'm like, you've heard that word before? How come I've never heard of elders whatever or hypermobility? I've never heard those two words. That's why when they, like, that girl on TikTok said that she had that, I was like, what's this? What is that? And so, yeah. But if I do have that, I mean, there's no cure treatment, so I guess it really wouldn't hurt anything a whole lot from the Mayo Clinic anyways. But, like I said, in the meantime, I guess we'll just, I don't know, the letter does say to keep, contact them, or no, we'll contact you if anything changes, but, follow up with your primary, and I see her in a few weeks, so I will have to bring the letter in to her and have her read it and see what she does. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they redo all the tests that they did before, because maybe things changed. I don't know. I mean, my gastro doctor left, so, I mean, I do need a new one, so maybe refer me to a new one. And then that new one will do what needs to be done, and it will probably be the same test. And then I'm saying she because I will only see girl doctors, she will probably put her hands up just like the other one did and be like, I've done all the tests that I can possibly think of or do. It's out of my hands now. I'm going to send you to the Mayo Clinic. Like, I don't know. I just, basically, like, they gave up. And then she left. So, like, I really liked her, too. But, yeah. I mean, I guess that will have to be the next step. I really don't know what to tell you. Did you yawn? Did you yawn? I know you did. My eyes are starting to water. Oh, I got a fart. You ready? Ready? Ooh, excuse me. Now, some people are going to watch this and they're going to laugh, or some people are going to watch this and go, ew, gross. If you're you gross person, go away. Go away. We are not going to get along at all. So, like, go away. Oh, my God, it was so funny. So, when we were eating tonight, Iris smiles big and she goes, guess what I just did? And I said, farted. And she goes, yeah. And I started laughing. And then my sister, her mom, goes, you didn't have to say that so loud. Or why'd you say that so loud or something like that? And I was like, oh, like, who cares? In my mind, I'm going, who cares? But on the outside, I was like, oops, sorry. But, like, who cares? Iris farted. Who cares? Like, it's funny. It was just like, Auntie, guess what I did? I was like, you farted. She's like, yeah. We're in the car. Oh, my God, it was so funny. So we're in the car. And I'm like, I got to fart. And so I stood up and I farted. And my mom and dad didn't hear it yet. Me and Iris were laughing. And then my mom's all turned like, oh! And so Andy and my mom were smelling it. And me and Iris weren't smelling anything. That's another thing. If you want to be friends with me, just know I fart a lot. It's probably because whatever the heck's going on in my gut, but yeah, I fart a lot. Yes. But yeah, what else tonight happened? Oh, you should go to my TikTok and watch my video that's called Run Iris Run. And that happened at her swimming lessons. It's pretty funny, I think. Yeah, and then when we picked her up from daycare, oh shoot, I forgot it in the car. I knew I was forgetting something. Darn it. Anyway, she colored me a picture to put on my fridge. Because all the ones that are on my fridge right now are old pictures she did. And she needs a new picture up. So, yeah. Darn it, I forgot it in the car. I knew I was forgetting something. Don't you just hate that? Like, when you, like, grab everything and then you get somewhere and you're like, that's what I was forgetting. Because you feel like you're forgetting something, but you're like, no, I have everything. And then it hits you. It clicks. It clicked. I forgot the paint, or the drawing. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it, darn it. I'll have to get it tomorrow. Let's see. What else tonight happened? That's it. I had an appointment today, my pain appointment. Actually went really well. So if I need, I can just hit her up a message to get the injection needles, pressure point medicine needles or something like that. It's like dry needling and acupuncture put into one. And what I mean by that is like, so dry needling, the spots that it triggers, the spots that the needles go, what spot it's going to trigger, that's what this does. But like acupuncture, the needles stay in, go in and then out. That's what this does. Well, dry needling, they stay in you. So yeah, so it's like them put together. But my back is doing okay. So, and I'm still dealing with the rash and I'm on antibiotics. And so when I'm done with the rash and antibiotics, and it's been a while since I've had either of the two, I have to be clear both, by the way. She said to contact her and we could get that set up if I still need it or want it. Otherwise, she'll see me in a year. And so I won't see her for a whole year now. I'll only see her once a year. And the reason I have to see her once a year is because the med she prescribes, she has to see me at least once a year, is what she said. So in order to stay on the med she prescribed, which I really think is helping, yeah, so that was good news. Anything else? Nope, I think that's it. This is the shortest video I've done. Kind of want to go and sit on a spa thing. I don't know what they're called. And another thing. I haven't talked about this yet with you guys. But I know you guys know what a spa tank is. And I've wanted to do one. And now we have one in our area. And so my mom said that can be my Christmas present. She said she'll get me that for my Christmas present. And I told her, first I said, she's like, what if I do that for for Christmas? And I was like, you mean like present? She goes, yeah. And I'm like, that's fine. And she's like, okay, because I'm going to be struggling this Christmas because I had, with my job and stuff. And I said, oh, Mom, you don't have to give me anything. She's like, no, I have to because I'm your mom and that's blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. I actually was going to tell my mom when she asked, what do you want for Christmas? I was going to actually say, nothing. I'm content. I'm happy right now. Like, I have a lot of gratitude with how things are right now. Like, I mean, there's a few things, that out of my control and, like, could be better, but no real big complaints at this moment, knock on wood. Yeah, I have a lot of gratitude right now towards God and, like, stuff. Yeah, but since I am struggling financially wise, I am not doing Christmas presents this year at all either. The only one that's probably gonna get a present is my niece, obviously. But I say I'm not gonna probably get anyone gifts, but knowing me, I'll end up getting gifts. Because that's my act of service of showing love. Like, that's one of my love languages, giving people gifts. And not just, like, random gifts. I like to make sure, like, I know it's something that they like or they care about, or, yeah, like, I like to, like, yeah. I don't, like, just be like, oh, I'm gonna get them this, and then not care if I know they're gonna love it or not. But I'm not getting Jerry's fiance anything. I'm not doing it. I have put my foot down, and I'm not backing up out of this one. Like, Jess, you hear me out there? Jess, you hear me out there? I'm speaking right now, which is going out to the Jess out there from that time. That will be in that timeline. Do not do it. Yeah. I don't know if I'll do any gifts, but, and if I do, probably something cheap. Oh, maybe a gift card for them. I could do that. I could do a gift card, and it's for my sister and him put together. Because, yeah, I feel guilty not getting anything, but why should I get anything from someone that doesn't even like me? If you don't like me and you're going to treat and be disrespectful to me, why should I get you anything? Why should I be respectful to you? Why should I help you out? Blah, 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 blah. I gotta go to the bathroom. Like, I think I gotta, because after you fart so much, then, then it's moving. And so, I'm thinking, look at the unicorns. Am I gonna go to the bathroom? Well, you guys are right here? Nope. Bye!